with a refill of 3 bombs, I believe.
Yeah, the great thing that the programmers of this new version they did was if the item that they're given requires magic, or like you were saying, bombs, arrows, any of those things, so you don't soft lock, the uncle will give them back to you if you die.
Yup, and seems like our runners are off, and just a big 20 in Link's house. So let's see what Uncle has for us today. Will it be the bombs? Will it be something nice to work with? Or maybe the Cane of Burna, which is also an item that some of our runners fear.
An interesting one as well that requires a little bit more skill to use is the Can of Samaria.
Oh yeah, definitely, and a lot of strats available using that one. You can push blocks into the guards, you can throw them at them, and you can also explode them as well. So let's see, and Uncle gives us the Fire Rod.
That's probably one of the best things that you could get.
Oh
lucky,
yes,
lucky.
definitely. And
oh,
Scooter,
look at that, and a bomb.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was going to mention. That is very, very handy to pick up at this moment of time, because they will need it for the end of the escape to pick up an additional 3 treasure chests.
Yes, the alternative is if they don't get that bomb now, they will have to wait until they get gloves to go back into the back of the sanctuary entrance, or come all the way through the back of escape, which is something that has happened a couple times in this tournament already.
Oh yes, definitely. And there's also another very, very implausible option on the table. And speaking of which, we just found the bow. Hype anyone. What was I going to say? If they pick up the boots here in Escape Storm, where they can use the boots to bunk open the bomb spot. Fire Rod making quick work of these guards. They go down in one hit, very nice. And unfortunately, just another big 20 there in the guard room.
Yeah, definitely this Fire Rod is helpful because it makes super fast work. It has the strength of, I believe, the Tempered Sword, so it's very powerful.
Yeah, might be even more powerful indeed, because it also makes quick work of this ball and chain guard, which usually dies from, I think, 4 arrow shots even.
Definitely one of the most overpowered items in the game. But this is amazing. So they already have a Fire Rod and a bow, which pretty much opens up quite a bit. It allows them, if they need to, complete Eastern already. And then once they get Dark World access, it fully opens up POD for them, and in the back of Skull Woods.
Well, that depends, because they still need a hammer actually to finish off POD.
Oh yes, that is correct.
And both runners already picked up the bombs from the bottom of the escape where Zelda was hiding in her cell, so they won't have any problems picking up those last 3 treasure chests.
Not only that, but once they're in the overworld, there's a couple of bomb spots, and it's always annoying when you run out of bombs and you need to open up the areas in Kakariko well, and also in the South Shore area in the Ice Rock Cave.
Yeah, that is correct. That will make their visit to Kakariko a lot more convenient. So unfortunately, no arrow pickups yet, so they can't put that bow to use yet. However, they of course have a lot of magic to go with the Fire Rod still. So I think they will have no problems securing the the key from the red drop. So here we go, Hancin in the red room, and he picks up the key without any problems at all. Scooter is following him very soon. And I believe they haven't picked up the map already, so if the map is not in one of these treasure chests, they can skip the last chest. However, unfortunately, there's the map, so Sanctuary chest also has one more item for them.
Whether it's useful is another question.
Of course, yeah. And a very nice time to leave the escape in under 6 minutes for Hancin. He'll be happy to see that. And there's our flute. Wow, Ocarina can be activated once they hit Kakariko. So convenient.
Yeah, if there's no boots, then the flute definitely helps with movement. And also, having the hook shot early is also helpful because you can get yourself onto the trees and the bushes and all that other wonderful stuff.
Oh yes, magical hookshot. And yeah, of course, after activating the flute, they don't even have to save and quit out of Kakariko. They can just flute to the South Shore or wherever their next destination will be, for example, Eastern area or so. And Hancin opting to check the Lumberjack cave. Let's see what's on there.
Just an arrow upgrade. However, speaking of arrows, Hancin actually did a tree pull and got some arrows, so his bow is now usable. And also, he did a Mac check just now, and Eastern is its vanilla pendant, green pendant location, and Desert Palace is a crystal.
Yeah, let's see if they're gonna opt to finish off Eastern right away and hand in the green pendant at Sahasrah's place. And Scooter picking up even some more convenient bomb drops, so he'll be all set to bomb himself through all Kakariko right there.
You know, we could almost have predicted that Eastern Palace would be a pendant just because we got the bow so early.
Why is that?
I don't know if it's just my anecdotal evidence or not, but it just seems like if it is a pendant and the bow isn't necessarily required right away, it's more likely to turn up, from what I've observed anyway. This is not This is not a peer-reviewed study or anything, but
I think I can kind of agree with that, because usually if I find the bow early on, like Pod and both Pod and Eastern are pendants for me for some kind of reason.
So let's go ahead and guess that Pod is the last pendant.
Yeah, let's make that bet. And Blind's hut pretty much empty at this moment.
Yeah, we had a bomb upgrade, I think 2 bomb upgrades, 50 rupees, which is actually quite helpful for if we need to get more bombs or to pay Kiki, and a big 20.
Yeah, early rupees never hurt. Well, however, I think the runners will probably want to see some 300 rupees over these big 20s all the way.
And we have our flute activated now on Hancin's side, so we had that wonderful anthem playing for us just now.
Yep, and Hancin, having not enough bombs, decides to bomb the small hut in the south of Kakariko village, which always has 4 bombs in it, and you can keep farming them up, which is very nice. And meanwhile, I think the hook shot was picked up by Scooter in the Kakariko well.
I saw it out of the corner of my eye and didn't want to say anything because I thought maybe it was the single arrow. But yes, it does appear we already have hookshot.
Yeah, meaning at this point of time, the east side of Death Mountain is already well open to explore for these runners. They can float right to one and hookshot their way to the east side of Death Mountain. And the mirror was there as well. Wow.
These runners have so many options this seed. They could float up to Death Mountain and then check out east side of Death Mountain. They could go to do South Shore. They could go to Eastern. Oh, there's Bombos in the chicken hut.
Yup, early medallion is always convenient to have. 33% already complete. But yeah, only the boots and basically all movement and routing items are acquired.
So these runners are going to be looking for, the next things that they're going to want are going to be Moon Pearl, gloves, and either a glove upgrade or the hammer so that they have Dark World access.
Yeah, that still seems like a lot.
Well, they still have some easy checks down in the south area. 7 locations, if my math is correct. Not including Ice Rod Cave.
And there are 10 bombs in the dam on the southern shore. There was a item well recently added to V29. If the uncle gives you the bombs, he'll give you the 10 bomb. And nice sinking there. Both runners going for the exact same play. Let's see what the mini Moldrum Caves have for us. And mini Moldrum Cave is actually very easy to do with the hook shot in hand because it will kill those mini Moldrums in just one hit.
Yeah, the mini Moldrums are definitely interesting because not a lot of items damage them. Even the sword takes a couple of swings. But this hook shot, single shot, and it's gone.
And unfortunately, maybe Hancin forgetting that he has the hook shot because he tries it with bomb strats and takes a death, unfortunately. Let's see where he's trying to go next.
So, Mini Moldrum Cave held a couple of big reds and a sword.
Well, swords are nice, and that means once Scooter has Dark World access, he'll be able to complete Skull Woods using the sword, cutting the vines, and of course using the fire road to get into the back of Skull Woods.
And Hancin has decided to opt out of Moldrum Cave for now, and is now heading up the mountain in the dark. Which is a bit of a struggle. Having no lamp means that he's doing a sequence break right now. But we shall see what the Death Mountain holds for us, because there are actually quite a few items up here. This is a pretty good play for him to do right now too.
Yep, an old man giving us his powder, which he probably used for his nose or something, or to make up. I don't know.
It was his change purse, and all that's left is just like little crumbs of whatever cookies he had in there for his granddaughter.
Yeah, that seems feasible. And Scooter just checked out the Ice Road Cave, I believe, which was nothing, just 3 bombs, and is going to plunder Sahasrah's closet. Let's see what this old man thinks of our activities here.
Somebody earlier in chat commented that Moon Pearl was going to be found on the mountain, and they were indeed correct about that. Hancin is about to pick up their Moon Pearl.
Yep, that is one piece of our puzzle complete. Now just let us find the Titan's mitts or the gloves and the hammer, and we'll be ready to go, head into the dark world.
Yeah, right now the only crystal dungeon that potentially could be accessible is Desert Palace, which isn't actually accessible because they would need a book or a couple of lift upgrades so that they could access through the Dark World.
Yep, and Scooter, after checking out Sahasrah's place, having nothing besides Eastern is a pendant. Nope, I'm not going here. I'm using the flute to get to Death Mountain, and he's going to guide the old man as well. And this is quite unfortunate for Hancin because he didn't pick up his sword from Mini Moldorm Cave, so he won't be able to defeat Moldorm at this point of time.
I mean, Moldorm isn't required for him at this point either, so that's kind of a blessing in disguise right now. The only thing that would be really evil is if he does find a sword up here that kind of leads to something required being on the pyramid, which could potentially lead to an Aghanim seat.
Yeah, that's correct. If we find, let's say, the lamp here, or yeah, what more do we need? We need another sword upgrade, or a cape, and at least the lamp for Aghanim. And Hancin, already tired of the seat, decides to take a coffee break in the basement of Hera. So the big key has to be here.
What a surprise. Alright, so Scooter just picked up the ice rod in Paradox Caves. Picked up the ice rod. I can't remember, it was just happened and it was something not overly important, so my brain just sort of slid past it. But there's 5 other things here for him to look at.
Yeah, nothing too much. And we can check what's on the floating island, and of course Spiral Cave is open as well.
Spiral Cave, yeah. Ooh, hey, there's the hammer.
Hammer time! Always nice. So only a lift upgrade away from Dark World access.
This is good.
But Scooter did not check Spectacle Rock, I think.
No. But this is... Oh, I was going to say this is good because he can go across using the hammer, but he might not want to if he wants to do Spiral Cave right now.
Yeah, maybe a quick dip into Hera, jump down, or head back to Spiral Cave, but he will have to return there anyway to pick up his Moon Pearl, which is very, very required.
Okay, so it looks like Hera was empty. I believe both items were bombs.
Yeah, that's a bust so far. Only if pedestal is required, they'll have to return there.
Ooh, he's got a quarter heart here. And it's, oh my goodness, wow. That was some
Wow.
really good dodging.
Yeah, using the invisibility frames from the hook shot even to get past the Death Rock. Very nice. But he'll be able to pick up 2 hearts here from the pots, I believe.
Yep.
And yes, Scooter making that play for Spectacle Rock. He'll be very happy to find his Moon Pearl there.
Yep, and Hancin is just picking up his Ice Rod.
That's always nice. If TR is the required crystal, it's so nice to get it out of the way relatively early. So let's see for Scooter, the next options that he has are, I think, Agnes Cave in Desert, Eastern area, and Zora is not yet in the logic, I believe, because he did not find the lift upgrade or the flippers.
That is correct, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say that the Death Mountain area is definitely open since they have the flute. What is Scooter going to check?
Interesting. You do not have a lift upgrade, my friend.
Oh no.
Maybe he's going to try to get into the portal to the Dark World.
Possibly, yeah. He'll find out soon enough. Oh. Oh no. Alright, so while we're waiting for Scooter to make a disappointing discovery, Hancin is going through Spiral Cave. The slow walk of shame without the boots.
Oh yeah, that's something nobody wants to do. And he gets rewarded with basically nothing. And Scooter trying to push the block forth and trying to pull it, but unfortunately has to call his dog to get him away from this trouble.
Tried to use the force.
Oh yeah, the force might work at times. Well, this game has lightsabers, so why doesn't it even have a force?
Exactly. This is a good move. He's gonna check the Batcave. Having powder and hammer early. You never know, the bat might actually be holding something of value.
Maybe a lift upgrade.
Oh, that would be funny. Maybe not for Scooter right now, but...
Well, that's for us viewers.
Yeah. And it's just a little tiny bit of love. Hancin is in Mini Moldorm Cave now, gonna be happy to see this sword.
Yep, and he has the Moon Pearl in hand, so he can decide to use the fake flippers glitch to get to the Waterfall Fairy Cave for another 2 treasure chests, but opts to fly away to Ice Rock Cave, which is of course faster.
Alright, so currently our logic is to head over to Eastern Palace. There's quite a number of items there, especially since they do have the bow. They have the option to beat the Armos Knights, which is actually a pretty decent idea since it is the pendant, and Sir Hasselhoff could be holding something.
Yeah, so Eastern Palace has 3 items, of which maybe one could be out of logic right now because they don't have the lamp. Of course, it might not be any problem at all for these runners to handle these dark rooms. And of course, they can pick up the green pendant and hand it in for a 4th item if they want. And Scooter going for the Hera play. Let's see if he opts to finish it or also nope out after having seen all the bomb items. So yeah, after Eastern Palace has been cleared, I think Agana's cave in the desert is the only thing that's on the table at this moment.
Yep. We see Scooter is going to be doing some tile room strats. Looks like he'll be trying some coffee break as well.
So yeah, first look into Eastern Palace. Let's see what it has for us. Hopefully, what Hancin doesn't want to see is a cape and a lamp, or another sort of grade and a lamp here.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely want to see a lift upgrade so that they can go straight to Dark World. Otherwise, we're looking at having to play tennis with the wonderful Aghanim.
Yeah, and no bug net in hand. I like the bug net strategies on Aghanim.
Yeah, it's that swag.
Yeah, it could still be in there as well. 3 items. And hookshot making these rooms a little bit easier, saving you a little bit of time because you can hookshot straight to the chest, which is always very nice to do.
So his son went through, picked up the map. I'm still looking for 3 items in Eastern here. Gonna do the interesting trick. Normally, 4 skeletons pop up in that room, but when you land in a certain spot, only 2 of them are able to spawn. Ooh, hey! So there's our lift upgrade from the big chest of Eastern Palace.
Yep, that is Dark World access.
Yes, so our chance of this being Aghanim required has gone down to very minimal.
I think it is 0. Because there was nothing on the lumberjack cave ledge, and with the hammer and glove upgrade combo, you can basically enter all the portals. So yeah, what can they still get from Aghanim? I don't know. Maybe some honor or swagnet strats to show off.
Yeah, that's true.
And the last item is on Armos Knights, so he'll definitely go for that, I guess.
Yeah, you never know what you might find. Chances are it's nothing of value, but when you're here, it's a quick kill. Safe strategy. We got Scooter up doing fake flippers. Being rewarded with Quake and a mail upgrade.
Oh, that paid off for him. 66% of the coin puzzle complete. This is very nice. And Hancin also being able to pick up the green pendant. So 2 items here. That is worth it, I guess. Let's see what it has.
Yeah, and I mean, even though Schooner did a sequence break just now, it is technically in logic because once he gets into Eastern Palace and gets the lift, then it's back in logic and it's not too confusing for him.
Well, he still needs the flippers to access the waterfall cave in the logic, actually.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I was thinking about Zora there.
Yeah, unfortunately, not having enough money for Zora, he'll have to nope out. And he saw there was only a big 20 on the Zora ledge. And he's going for the Eastern play right now. So he'll be really happy to find this glove upgrade and be able to access the Dark World.
So Hancin picks up a big 20 from Armos Knights, but he's going to be able to hand in this this green pendant to Sahasrahla. Sahasrahla sometimes steals things, so you never know. He might have something interesting.
Oh yes, he does. It seems that helping out old people in the seat will pay off, as the old man and Death Mountain already gave us. I think was the powder. So
Yep.
maybe Sahasrahla will have something at least. Let's see.
Not the most helpful.
I think Sahasrahla's quiver upgrade. He's been shooting arrows at the Armos Knights as well.
Yeah, he tried.
And Hancin going for the first Dark World visit through the portal above Swamp Palace. So he'll be doing the Hype Cave. So will it be hype or will it be nothing today?
What's the opposite of hype?
That's a good question. What rhymes to hype? Disappointment.
Or just meh cave.
Meh, meh, just MEH.
Yep.
So far, a piece of heart from the NPC, a bottle with green goo, and a big 20, arrow capacity upgrade, and just a big 20. It's still, I guess, a little bit hype because Hancin will be able to check out the sick kid.
Yeah, so Hancin will be able to check this mirror location and also check out Stumpy to see what Stumpy might have.
Yeah, always nice to get these mirror locations out of the way early. And let's see if he decides to go for a map check soon enough. I want to see if POD is a crystal or a pendant.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Scooter decides to access the other available, well, one of the other available Dark World access points. He's going for the Skullwoods, what is it called? Village of Outcasts portal.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of a divergence here. Oh, and here's our map check. Oh, we were wrong.
Oh, so wrong even.
So our 5 and 6 crystals are at Pod and at Mire.
Misery Mire, yeah.
Misery Mire. And our last pendant is at Ice. Everything else is crystal.
And digging game, I believe there was the first dig already.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to be not much value, it might as well just be dug right away.
Yeah, let's get it done and over with. And Scooter going for the Village of Outcasts, the treasure game. Let's see, and it's the Titans Myths. Wow, that is nice.
Definitely. You know, I think the Titans Mists are probably one of my favorite things in the game. They're just so nice. I like the gold. They're heavy. They get you the last couple of dungeon access. It just feels good to get them.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're so shiny, and I like shiny stuff. So yeah, this area has two completable dungeons at this time. Thief Town and Skullwoods, both being crystals, make for very, very convenient checks. So no wonder if they're going in for that.
Yeah, and they're also fast dungeons to finish too. Alright, so we see Scooter is in Thieves Town now, and Hancin is going to head up into Skullwood. So they're going to do two different dungeons at this time. So we'll see what items they have in store for each other.
Wow, that's something I would love to pick up there. Hancin picking up the half magic in Skullwoods.
Yeah, and Scooter actually just picked up the Master Sword in Thieves Town.
Oh, I didn't catch it. That's also a very, very nice pickup. So we'll be able to damage Ganon with that.
Yeah, I'd rather have the Tempered Sword probably, because if we don't get silvers, that could be painful.
Yeah, I guess most of us will sign up for Tempered at least. It's not fun having to do 48 spins on the big blue pig.
It gives me nightmares. Actually, to be honest, I've never done it.
You should give it a try.
I like my silvers.
And Hancin going into one of the most annoying rooms in the game. He doesn't have the Cane of Samaria, so he can't cheat his way through this room. He also doesn't have a boomerang, so he can't hurt these Gyptos. However, he'll be able to pull it off pretty nice. But he gets away there. He could have destroyed the Gyptos with the fire rod or the bombos, but he gets it, no problem.
It's a good challenge. Now, if he wanted to, he could powder that pot, right? He could do that too. But if he powered the pot, there is a anti-fairy in there that'll turn into a fairy for him. But that's just as fast.
Yeah, Death Warping, gives you the same effect as Mirroring, so he has another 4 hearts. Unfortunately, gets grabbed by the Wall Master there, so has to do the walking again.
Scooter is about to bomb open the boss area of Blind so that when he rescues the fake maiden, they will turn into Blind.
Oh yeah, vampires. Vampires are nice. And Hancin in the back of Skullwoods at this time, having the half magic, fire rod, and he also has the green goo in the bottle picked up from Hype Cave. He'll be able to give Mothia a pretty good fight. However, he's pretty low on health, and having green tunic, this is quite scary.
Yeah, trying to avoid the spikes is annoying because they damage boost you away from where you're trying to get to.
Yeah, that is correct. And down to 2 hearts at this moment. I'm not sure. No, there's no anti-fairy in this room, so he'll be. Well, he has to be very, very careful, picking up one extra heart for some extra safety. But let's hope all goes well for him in the Mafia fight.
Yes, absolutely. We never want to see a troll Mothula.
Yeah, please get off those spikes in the back. Please give us some good RNG. Come on, you can do it.
Ooh. Oh, he's gonna try hammer strats, but he's decided on using the fire rod. So far, so good. I don't want to give him a commentator's curse or anything. Meanwhile, Scooter is heading in to defeat Blind, our cheeky little maiden. Always making up bad puns. It's so hard to get Mothula in a good space because if he hits those spikes, no damage is done to him. It's a really weird little, I guess, glitch because for some reason, if something does 4 damage on him, it just doesn't take effect. And okay, so he just got the Cane of Samaria while Scooter finishes up Blind in the same moment almost. That was a lot of action all at once.
Pretty much sync boss kills right there, and props to Hancin killing off the moth with only, I believe, 3 hearts. Very, very nice fight.
Yeah, tiptoe through the spikes.
And he got rewarded, of course, with the Cane of Samaria. Once he picks up those Titans mids, if he decides to pay a Dark Death Mountain a visit, he might be able to clear Turtle Rock at this time, if he has the medallion for it, of course.
Of course, yeah. I know a lot of people like to try and put off doing Turtle Rock until hopefully the last dungeon, because then they can go straight to Genna's Tower from there.
Yeah, that's correct. Also, the same goes for Tower of Hera if that's your last crystal. It's very nice to have a warp spot in front of Genna's Tower from there. And yeah, it can cost you a run actually, putting off Turtle Rock for quite a bit of time. I've seen it happen quite a lot in this tournament already, being a pendant.
That's rough. I can't remember the details, but I did see a seed recently where Mire was a pendant, so they were breathing a sigh of relief, but then it ended up carrying one of the more important progression items, and they put it off for so long.
Yeah, I've got feeling that happens a lot in V29. Pendant dungeons having a lot of progression so far. So right now these players are trading off positions. Hancin exploring the village of outcasts will be picking up his Titans mids relatively soon, so he'll be very happy. And Scooter going for that Skull Woods play.
Yeah, so now would be a good time to talk a little bit about what they still need to say that we're in go mode. From what I'm seeing, they need flippers and potentially a ether medallion.
Yep, and maybe the boots if Desert Palace is boots locked, or if, of course, the big key in Ganon's tower is on the torch.
Yeah, so 44 minutes in, and they're just looking for 2 or 3 items. The likelihood of ether being required is pretty low, so I mean at this point it's flippers for sure, boots potentially, ether not likely.
Yeah, maybe. So maybe in the best case scenario, only flippers for go mode.
Yep. Well, we know that they're not in Swamp Palace, and they're not in Ice Palace, because both of those require you to have flippers to get to access.
Yeah, that's always good to get it off the list. And Chet is mentioning about the lamp being well required for Go mode. That is true for some players if you can't manage dark rooms, but we saw Hancin making quick work of the dark room in Eastern Palace, so I'm quite convinced that he's very comfortable with doing dark rooms.
Yes, that is correct. However, the lamp, yes, because logic does require for Misery Mire for you to have it, as well as Pod.
Yeah, same goes for Turtle Rock. There's one dark room there with what's it called, like the moving platforms. Well, of course, Lamb can be very, very elusive, as we've seen, well, in some of the tournament matches already, and it's not something nice that you have to go look for if it's like your last Go mode item.
Yeah, it can be annoying.
And of
Scooter.
course, go
Oh,
ahead,
go
sorry.
ahead. Keep going. No, keep going.
Yeah, probably both players will be very, very eager to pick up another Sword Upgrade or Silver Arrows, as to make the Ganon fight a bit less painful.
Absolutely. That was good. Scooter used the powder to get rid of that. Oh goodness.
I think it's a Bunny Beam.
Yes, the bunny beam. Yep. I was
Yeah.
gonna call it an anti-fairy, but I know that's not what it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the official name is, but I heard a lot of people call it the Bunny Beam, so I guess I'll stick to that. And Scooter being a lot more healthy, of course, powdering the Bunny Beam right there looks better in this Moth fight. However, Moth yeah, giving him a little bit of trouble still. Down to 3 hearts, let's hope the best for him.
I find when that was an unfortunate death. But I find that when you are a little bit healthier, you take more risks, so then you end up losing the same amount of health as you would if you started with only 3 hearts. You take more risks.
Yeah, that is very, very true. Scooter's approach to beating that moth seemed pretty aggressive right there, while Hancin was doing it, yeah, well, very slow paced and waiting for the moth's movement and stuff, and got it down without any problems. The Scooter going in for a second try.
Yeah, I love using bombos on the Gyptos. It uses less magic, it's quick and easy, gets the job done.
Yeah, it's nice to use. Personally, I like using bombos, if I have it, of course, on cold stare to just get it away and actually save some magic to use fire rod shots if you have that as well.
Definitely true.
And down goes blind for Hancin. No synced boss kills at this time. But yeah, let's encourage Scooter a bit for that moth. Go down, and he goes down!
Yes, excellent.
And having that mirror in hand, we do not have to take the frog on a world tour this time. Just mirror.
Sometimes the frog likes to go on the world tour. Sometimes he just wants to go home.
Yeah, I heard he likes to go swimming.
I've heard he likes to visit Zora.
Oh, yes, definitely. But with no flippers, they could be hard. I even heard the purple chest likes to go swimming.
Oh yeah, yeah. The purple chest definitely goes swimming. So it looks like Hancin did Peg Cave and was rewarded with a red boomerang and decided, nah, I don't need you.
No, the leggy boomerang is so nice, but what do we have here? We got the boots!
How fast can you run?
So yeah, with boots in hand, basically only flippers and maybe a medallion is all what's left.
Absolutely. And then things that they are going to probably really enjoy having, like we were seeing before, is one more sword upgrade and something else that my brain stopped working on. Silvers.
Yup, silvers. And, well, 8 hearts will do the trick, I guess. Some extra heart containers will never hurt.
Yeah, having green or having blue mail will help as well. But when you're on Ganon fight, you can really, even with red mail, you can only get hit 2 or 3 times before those hugs just suffocate you completely.
Oh yeah, and Ganon likes to hug. He does like it so much.
He's just misunderstood and hugs a little bit too hard.
Yeah, but he has been sitting in the pyramid all alone for such a long time and finally has some company. He won't need those hugs. Hancin going for that Misery Mire area play, so we'll be get to know what the medallion is in a short time. So let's see, it's bombos, and we have our hands on bombos.
And also the purple chest had just a couple of arrows.
Yeah, that is correct. And Scooter delivering the purple chest as we're speaking. The Meyer shed, let's see what that is. Hopefully the other medallion or some flippers. Well, there's tempered. There's one thing they will be happy with.
Definitely.
So what do you prefer? Tempered silverless Ganon or Master Sword with silverless Ganon?
Master Sword with silvers, definitely.
Oh wow, can't believe that.
I mean, I don't know. If I actually tried it, I might figure it out. But it seems like a rather pixel perfect trick that I haven't actually tried yet.
Well, you should give it a go. It's fun, and it's good for practicing if you ever come across that situation.
Hancin just picked up another bottle. Meanwhile,
Yeah, more
Scooter...
important, it has a bee.
It did have a bee in it.
Yeah, but unfortunately already done with the Mothula fight. It's just so much fun to use the bee on Mothula. And I guess B-Lynx, since your name is B-Lynx, you like them bees?
Oh yeah, my name is definitely based off of the bee, the good bee.
Oh, that's good.
It is good. I like good bees.
Yeah, good bees can be turned in for 100 rupees at the bottle vendor.
Yeah, when you're strapped for cash, that's definitely helpful. Hancin grabbed the big key on the torch, so the boots were definitely required this seed. Scooter taking a slight different path. Oh, he's gonna hand in that bottle.
Yeah, nothing good there, unfortunately. But it's a quick check having the flute in hand, so I don't blame him for doing that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Landmalus is holding an item of some sort. Whether or not it's important or not, we'll find out shortly.
Yep, and Scooter going for those boot locks boots lock locations. First the bunk rocks. We'll take that. Some love from somebody.
Definitely. I mean, when you think about some of the harder dungeons like Misery Mire, Turtle Rock, eventually getting up Ganon's Tower, the more hearts they get, definitely the more they're gonna have an easier time.
Yeah, that's very true. And King's Doom, of course, can be opened up by bunking it, but you can also just charge your sword and push the dash button to open it up, which is very nice.
It is really nice having a fire rod on these Landmalus. Makes very quick work of them.
Oh, yes.
All they have is a piece of heart, though.
Yeah, all the bosses are sparing us their love, which is nice. And with half magic, you can just keep firing away with fire rod shots to incinerate the worms. And Scooter seems to be gonna make the pod play.
Definitely an interesting call. And meanwhile, is Hancin gonna head into Mire? Yeah, so Hancin will be able to get through the first half of Misery Mire until they get to the dark room. And then it's up to them if they want to continue through the dark room or not, but the lamp would have to be required after that point. It's really hard to do in the dark, though.
Yeah, and the same goes for Scooter. He's in pod also without the lamp, and pod also has dark rooms in the back, so they're pretty much in the same situation. But what if one of these players finds the lamp in either Misery Mire or in pod?
It's very likely that that is going to happen. The question is it in pod or is it in Mire?
Yeah, lamp could still be on Zora as well, or yeah, if they are able to open Turtle Rock, it could also be hiding in Turtle Rock, or in Mirror Cave even, the Mimic Cave.
Yeah, there's still lots of options.
Yeah, being trolled by the lamp is never nice, and that's why I decided to learn the dark rooms before this tournament started. It was one thing that I really wanted to get out of the way. It's so nice to be completely, well, how to say, well, that you don't have to use the lamp at all times. You can just avoid it.
Yeah, so you don't have to be reliant on it.
That's the word that I was looking
Yeah.
for. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. I think the only one that I am not comfortable is Misery Mire.
Yeah, I think Aghanim's Tower is even harder.
Yeah, you know what? That's true too, it is.
And as strange as it sounds, Aghanim's tower in the dark could be required to do at times as well. Of course, you can light the torches in the rooms with the fire rod, which makes it a lot easier.
Yep. So far, Misery Mire has not had a whole lot except keys. And same with Pod. However, the first half of both of these dungeons are more likely to have keys. That's just the way the dungeon falls.
Yeah, the value is, well, most of the time it's in the back of Pod. And I think Hancin picked up a fire shield as his first item in Misery Mire, so
Yep.
one item down, one more to go.
And I believe he has not found the big key yet.
No, I think we didn't see that yet.
So I think this is probably the big key. Look at that, vanilla big key.
Yay. And Scooter taking a death in the dark basement of Pod, having to start over again, and he decides to continue with it.
There's not much left. He should check this vanilla big key chest though. Ah, there we go. It's almost like he was able to hear my thoughts or something.
Commentator's curse, but the good curse.
Or blessing. The
blessing, yeah, exactly.
Oh no, never mind. He decided not to listen to me.
And I believe Vitreous is holding on to the last item in Misery Mire. So let's see if Hancin opts to well, conquer those dark rooms and go for it.
It looks like it, actually. Having the fire shield is actually quite nice in this case, though.
Oh yeah, very, very convenient pickup with all these well, fireballs, laser beams kind of things. Is having a little bit of trouble finding that skull. If you pick up the skull and put down the block, or you can even throw a block from close to, next to the door. He found the switch. Now he's going to select the King of Samaria, put the block on, and make his way through. And he got it. Very nice dark room.
Now, Scooter was just in the dark rooms in the back of Pod here, but I didn't see what he was able to pick up yet. He's heading into. Oh, did you see anything?
I think we saw one key in the basement, and the other item I didn't really catch what that was.
Ooh, Scooter takes a death. Let's see if Hancin has any luck. I don't know what. Oh, you know what? He was just hit by those rat things that come out of the bomb in the wall.
Oh yeah, the little creepy shadow critters that come out of there. Luckily, he has the powder, so he'll be able to well, powder one of these anti-fairies, which he did. Not being able to pick up the fairy.
Can't see the fairy. Oh no. Luckily, I think he's out of the dark rooms now, so now he can anti-fairy if he's lucky. Oh, okay, good.
Wow, that was nice.
That was really good. I think he turned into a Moogle.
Oh yes, he did. He's using a sprite, which is actually called the sprite in Secret of Mana, and the Moogle is also from the same Secret of Mana game, which he turned into being hit by the bunny beam and going for the Vitreous fight.
So Vitreous with Tempered. Okay, yeah. Vitreous with Tempered is good. That's vanilla. Vanilla
Yep, and-
strats. Except he's down to 1 heart now.
Yeah, trying to well push himself into the slime damage abuse because you only take 1 heart from being into the slime and charging a spin, hitting those eyeballs. Unfortunately, getting hit by a real eyeball right there. So down to 1 heart, but he's picking up really well.
Yeah, slow and steady.
That's the way to go.
Very clean fight. And apparently we miscounted because he has found the compass.
Yep, you're correct. I believe our tracker confirmed that there was something in the big chest as well, but nothing too much of value. I gotta give, well, my biggest respect to Hancin. Looking at this moth fight, looking at this Vitreous fight with all these low hearts. Wow, you don't give up, my friend. Very nice. And that is the 4th crystal already for Hancin, only having to do Pod, Swamp Palace, and Turtle Rock. Of course, wanting to put off Swamp Palace as long as possible because it feels so good to be able to go mode Swamp Palace. And he needs the flippers to get into it, of course. And meanwhile, Scooter in the dark rooms of Pod, he wants to take Helmester King down, and he's using the fire rod to light up the torch, making this dark room a lot easier.
Yeah, those terrapins are awful.
Yeah, are they called Terra pins or Terror pins?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I think they're a little bit of both.
Yeah, they do cause some terror at times. And I believe if you're playing in key sanity mode and one of the Turtle Rock keys or the big keys on the pedestal, it does say something about terrapins.
They are my nemesis. So Scooter is going up against our wonderful Helmastar King right now. Just broke his mask. He's gonna use bow strats. That should be quick work as long as, yes, there you go. 2 hearts left is kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah, definitely. And being rewarded with the book. So yeah, both runners seem very comfortable in dark rooms. It's always nice to see that. And so far, yeah, only the flippers I think are left, and potentially one other medallion for Turtle Rock. I think the flippers might be hiding in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Yeah, I've seen it there quite often, even on the Laser Bridge.
Yeah, there's a lot of items in Turtle Rock, so the value there can be huge.
Yeah, if they're able to enter it with the medallion, if they have it, I guess that will be the next big play to make. Of course, there's still a lot of overworld items still on the table. I believe we haven't seen Catfish yet. We haven't seen Zora, and Scooter picking up that book. He'll be able to check out the Ether tablet and the Bombos tablet.
Yeah, and right now Scooter is heading in to do the routing. Oh, okay, so there's Cape. That's an interesting place for the Cape on Pyramid.
Yeah, that sure is. And did we see what was on the Bumper Cave ledge?
No, not that I know of.
Could be flips.
Ooh, yes. That is a strong possibility, and I wonder if that's what Scooter is thinking right now. No, never mind.
Yeah, he's probably going for the Desert Palace and Meyer combo.
So they're in the opposite dungeon that they were just in from each other.
So let's see about our pedestal index here. I think pedestal is as good as dead. Only Ether, I think, could be on the pedestal.
Yeah, with Ice Palace being a pendant and needing the flippers, our pet seed definitely is not happening today.
Yeah, most likely not. Only if TR is, well, Ether, and Ether is on pedestal. But yeah, I don't think we should get our hopes up. Of course, for the runners, I hope the best.
Yeah, I mean, the percentage, I think, is somewhere between 3 to 5% chance based on the spreadsheet that was released.
Yeah, that is correct. I think about 5% of all seeds are pet seeds, it seems.
Everybody just likes to see 100% completion.
Yeah, I think everybody just wants to see trolley scenarios. But that's true, like, Randomizer always has like two sides. If you're a player or if you're a viewer, and you both desire the exact opposite. And chat discussing more about the lamp. Well, lamp cannot be on the pedestal at this moment of time, since Eastern Palace has dark rooms. So yeah, lamp could not be on the pedestal, since you need the pendant from the Eastern Palace. And as chat is also mentioning, correct, the book was picked up well after a lamp locked location on Helmstar King. So lamp cannot be on the tablets in this seed.
Yeah, it's very easy to get this logic confused. Randomizer requires quite a bit of thinking and brain power.
Oh yeah, that's correct. And yeah, if you're in a situation that you're one of the tournament players, Well, trust me, you're nervous at the same time, and you always also have to think, what is my opponent doing at this time? So there's a lot to think about if you're actually running in a tournament.
Oh yeah, definitely. It takes a lot of bravery for these runners to be doing what they're doing right now. Scooter
Yeah.
just bravely finished up Landmalus here, picking up their 4th crystal.
Yep, and Hancin in the dark maze of Palace of Darkness. He showed us already that he's pretty comfortable in dark rooms, but seems to have a little bit of trouble right here, actually. Well, the dark maze is quite hard to navigate. Fortunately, he has the sword to light his way, and he goes for the last chest. Only the big chest being left there. Oh, wow, and that's nice refill right there, Sanctuary Heart.
Yeah, that'll help with having enough health for Homosaur.
Yep, the only heart container in the whole game that gives you a refill with it. Very nice.
Alright, so Scooter's coming in to check Agnes Cave now. I actually missed if Hancin did earlier or not.
I think had nothing of that big of an importance. Maybe some bombs or something. Maybe some heart. Maybe some love from Agna. Oh, well. 300 more rubes. Not that we need it, but yeah. Maybe he'll start thinking about Zora.
At this point, the flippers might be held by Zora, which would be vanilla.
Very, very true. Oh no! The bee was released!
Oh man. I mean, having the blue potion is also nice. I forgive Scooter for that.
Oh yeah, I love my chemical-looking drinks at a time. Yeah, he must be feeling a lot more comfortable having those blue potions going into Mire. Mire can be very scary. Of course, he has the blue mill, which Hancin did not pick up yet, which was in Waterfall Cave.
That's also where Quake was, I believe. So
That is correct.
Yes.
So yeah, if the flippers are in Turtle Rock, no, flippers cannot be in Turtle Rock then. If Turtle Rock is Quake.
Ooh, yes. We got so many layers when we sequence break.
Yeah, but that is some nice information to have for Scooter if he realized that he sequence broke to the Quake medallion.
Yeah, definitely.
And Hancin in the Terrapin rooms, also using his Fire Rod, making quick work of these Terrapins with the Temper Sword. And Scooter also, of course, picked up his Temper Sword from the Mire shed, so he should be fine in Misery Mire. Let's see what he opts to do with Vitreous.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough. He still has quite a little bit of chests to open up in the front half here. Then we'll probably see him in the dark, or not.
Yeah, it takes such a long time to pick up that vanilla big key.
Picking up his fire sword, or fire shield, and dying. Ooh, Hancin. Hancin. Oh man. That was close. He had 1 heart left and was almost crushed by Helmasaur.
I really think that's the story of today of Hancin. Muffula, Vitreous, and now Helmstar King all so close, but he manages to pull it off. So nice to see.
Yeah. Both runners today have had some very good execution. And even though they're doing they're doing things in separately different orders, but they are pretty neck and neck. None of them really have a lead on anyone else, and they keep going back and forth between who's doing what. So it's still anyone's game at this point.
Yeah, that is very, very true. I really can't say who has a lead right now. Only thing that is different at this moment of time is that Scooter has the cape and he has the Quake medallion. That's, I think, the only thing at this moment.
Very true. So it looks like Hancin is gonna do our ether tablet check, or Bombo's tablet check. Big 20. Not a whole lot of help. Oh, hey. He can do the big bomb check now.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen before. That could be huge. Maybe the flippers. And he also hasn't been to the pyramid, so he can route that in straight away. Maybe pay Catfish a visit if this doesn't net us with the flippers.
Yep. And head up to Zora too, if that happens to be what is needed as well.
Yeah, very true. With Mirror in hand, such a good, time to check up on Zora as well.
Yeah, and the great thing is, if he decides to do it, he can leave the bomb here, and then go up to check what he's missing over here as well. So that's very efficient. The game glitched just a little bit there. Did you see the opening on the side of the pyramid there?
No, I didn't catch that.
Oh, okay. So a shovel, which could be a fetch quest. That could mean that the shovel location has the flippers. Or, if the game really wanted to troll, the shovel leads to the mushroom, and the mushroom leads to the witch, and the witch leads to the flippers.
Yep, and so two creatures of the water coming up, the catfish and probably Zora. One of these must have some flippers on. Can you just lend us your flippers or something?
Right? Both of them are in the water. Okay, so we got some love from one of them. Ooh. Hancin, are you not gonna go up, Zora?
Doesn't seem like it. Maybe you forgot.
Ruh-oh.
Okay, meanwhile, Scooter in the Misery Mire Dark Rooms. Let's see what he makes of it. Should be alright. Yep, he got the first room down. No problem so far. Ah, Graveyard Ledge. Unfortunately, just another heart container. You could keep going to the bumper ledge. Oh no, just floating away.
Yeah, you know, bumper ledge would be a smart check at this point.
Yeah, I can imagine. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it looks like he's gonna go up and do a tablet check. Or someone's just pointing out that he's probably heading out to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I really hope it has the medallion required, or that we already have. So bombos and I can't. Yeah, well, it could be Quake, but then the flippers have to be somewhere else.
Yeah. Ooh boy.
First, going for the ether tablet check. So these are the flippers. We'll be on our way.
Ether on ether tablet.
Oh, that's also a possibility.
Oh man. So this is going to be a little bit tricky if Quake is required for Turtle Rock. Because that does point to flippers being somewhere else. Ooh, yes. Scooby has just pointed out that we can look at all of the items that are in Dark World Death Mountain here. So that's 7 item locations. Okay, so Quake is required, which means flippers are not in Turtle Rock. Okay, so yeah, Hookshot Cave. That's still a possibility.
Yeah, and Spike Cave as well, I think.
Yep, Spike Cave. Having the bottles that they have, having the cape, and having the amount of hearts, that is definitely in logic at this point.
Yeah, Scooter finishing up Mire there. Very nice virtuous fight. If he decides to go up the mountain and the flippers are here, he will be in go mode. However, Hancin will still have to search for the Quake medallion if he picks up his flippers here.
Yeah, that could send him on a little bit of a wild goose chase, because that could make him think, oh, maybe I need to go to Ice Palace, or maybe I have to full clear Swamp Palace.
Ooh, that would be so bad.
Oh no. We might not get a chance to see this last chest.
Yup. And we're back. Seems that it was not the flippers there, but are you going to Spike Cave, Hancin? Or what is next? Oh, Hera! He's gonna finish up Hera.
Yeah, it's a definite possibility that Moldorm is carrying those flippers. Yeah, he didn't pick up flippers.
Wow, if flippers are in Moldrum, they could have had the flippers for like such a long time, an hour already. Yep, and Scooter also on Dark Death Mountain. If the flippers are in Moldrum, he's in a very, very good position as he will be able to enter Turtle Rock, go mode it, go to Swamp Palace, go mode it, and be done with the seed. But for Hancin, it's a different story, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay, so our search for the flippers continues.
Yeah, wow, Zora is becoming a bigger and bigger possibility.
Yeah, Zora, we've got Spike Cave, and Bumper Cave.
Yeah, but I think yeah, those are the only 3 locations left. And Scooter, seeing the Quake Medallion being required, he's probably gonna up to, yeah, well, clear Turtle Rock, which is, yeah, of course, has to be done. So I completely agree with it, but probably, yeah, didn't calculate that he only needs the flippers for his go mode, and they can be here.
Luckily, full clearing Turtle Rock isn't too much of a time sink, as opposed to some of the other locations or dungeons.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. And Hancin is trying to do some fake flippers, possibly to get up to Zora in the Waterfall Cave.
Yeah, that could be the play. And he, of course, if Zora has the flippers, will be immediately in go mode once he checks the Waterfall Cave ferry as well.
Vanilla bottle from the hobo.
Yup, he's been drinking again, finishing all that whiskey, and yeah, the leftovers are all for Hancin.
Yep. And Scooter's got himself getting into Roller Pin Room in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, it could be actually maybe nice for him that he didn't go mode Turtle Rock, skip the laser bridge, because maybe what if laser bridge has the silver arrows? That could be nice for him.
Yeah, that is definitely a possibility.
And there's the Zora check coming up. Will it be the flippers?
Oh boy.
Did he check the waterfall cave? I didn't catch that.
I don't think so, no.
Ooh. But still, if he gets the flippers here, you could still check it right away. And here we go.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So what do we have left? Spike Cave and Bumper Cave? That's it?
Spike Cave and Bumper Cave, that is. Yep.
For the runner's sake, I hope it's Bumper Cave. Because otherwise, they have to go all the way up to Death Mountain again to check Spike Cave.
Yeah, it's a good thing that they picked up that cape.
Yep. I mean, as soon as they found the cape, it was probably a good indication that they were gonna need to check Bumper Cave.
Yeah, the the cape could be the breadcrumb leading to the flips. So yeah, Hancin, what are you going to do? He's maybe gonna do a pedestal check. Yeah, he's going for it, but we know that nothing can be there. It's yeah, just a bomb capacity upgrade. Not happy with that. Deciding to save and quit, and unfortunately also didn't pick up his Quake medallion in the Waterfall Cave. So could be a very long way for Hancin still.
Yeah. This is tough.
Oh yeah, it definitely is, but seems to be making the play for the Spy Cave.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has to be the flips, right?
We should only hope.
Well, or yeah, well, mushroom, something leading to them. But I
Yeah.
think we're out of options.
Whatever happened to Bumper Cave again?
Yeah, Chad is mentioning that they checked the bumper ledge. I'm not sure. I missed it.
Oh. Oh, okay. Spike Cave contains our flippers. Look at that. Oh man, Hancin is so upset. He just leaves a couple of bombs.
Oh yeah, I can completely imagine, but it's all up to the next play, and it seems that he's gonna decide to go for Swamp Palace, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, having to full clear swamp. It might be a while before Hancin decides to go check Waterfall Cave now too.
Yep. And still no lamp. Lamp can still be in Turtle Rock. There's one chest left here for Scooter before the dark rooms. Or else, I think well, Hancin might find the lamp in Swamp Palace. And yep, no lamp in Turtle Rock.
Oh, he's still gonna go through these dark rooms.
There's still one very well nice thing for Hancin, and that is he will be able to take the Turtle Rock crystal as his last crystal, so he'll only have to ascend the Death Mountain only once in comparison to Scooter. He has to go back to Swamp Palace, clear it, and ascend the Death Mountain again. It's only a small amount of time, but still could be a little bit good for Hancin.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, I just watched Scooter manage to keep himself on this this sad little ledge to avoid the mini Helmasaur, and then fell down off of the opposite side that normally wouldn't be a problem. But I think he got bonked a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah, falling off these bridge thingies in holes. Well, that happens to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, after clearing out Turtle Rock, Hopefully, Scooter remembers that he still has Spy Cave unchecked. It's a very short way to get himself over there. So let's hope he goes for it. And Hancin, meanwhile, picking up the Butter Sword in Swamp Palace, and he decides to ignore the left side for now. Very nice.
Yeah.
Still, probably, if he doesn't find the Quake medallion in the back, which we know he will not find it, will he opt to dive back into it? Probably he will.
Yeah, I think he will have to, based on the knowledge that he has. He's
Yeah,
he's gonna be doing that.
yeah, I wouldn't be taking any risks if I were him.
All right, so they are shielded up with their red mail and riot shields. It's always nice to see. And Scooter is very well equipped as well to go after Trinex, having half magic.
Oh yeah, half magic, temper sword. He will make quick work of Trinex, I'm sure. Oof. Getting a little bit trolled by one of the heads and getting some ice there on the floor. They're not very nice.
Yeah, ice on the floor is awful because it stays there.
Oh yeah, nobody likes to navigate on ice. Fortunately, they were able to skip a whole of Ice Palace, but hopefully Hancin doesn't dive into Ice Palace after this.
Oh man. I hate to say it, but I think he might. Alright, Trinex, you're going down. Argus, you are also going down. Good work to Scooter, finishing up Trinex. Uses blue potion, but that's alright. As long as you got the job done. And hey, Trinex just awarded him with some wonderful silver arrows.
Yep, some nice skewers to make some shish kebab out of the blue pig.
Yep. And they got their butter sword already too, so, well, he doesn't, but he will have a butter sword, which will help with barbecuing, right?
Yeah, well, it depends because once he picks up his flippers, he'll be in go mode and he'll ignore probably most of the chests in Swamp Palace. But he goes back to the witch hut to restock on some potions. Hopefully, he remembers that he has Spike Cave still undone.
Yeah. I think he's gonna check out Zora because he knows that he has missed that.
Yeah, while you're in the area, let's just go for it. And yeah, Hancin, after having finished off Argus, goes back into Swamp Palace for the remaining chests on the left side. Unfortunately, not the correct play, but yeah, of course, does not want to take any risks.
Yeah, with the information that he has, that is the play that I would do if I was in his situation.
I think anyone would. Anyone would. So yeah, it seems that we still have a race going on, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely we do.
Yeah, both wanting one item that the other already has, and both only having one crystal left. It really makes this a race. And Scooter trying to figure out what he forgot. What locations does he have left? Opting to go to Kakariko Village. Let's see what his next play is gonna be. Probably going to into the Dark World. I think he did not check out the Graveyard Ledge, so he's probably going for that right now. And Hancin picking up another 300 rupees in Swamp Palace will not be very happy with that. And we know that this chest also has nothing. Just 10 wooden arrows. So Hancin, what will you do? Are you gonna remember about the waterfall cave? Or are you gonna make that dip into Ice Palace? We all hope that you're going for the waterfall cave. Let's see. Seems like the Ice Palace play. And Scooter looking at that bumper ledge and only sees a piece of heart, deciding not to pick that up. Is he gonna remember out the Spike Cave? He's going for the Graveyard Ledge first, but Hancin is going through the portal. He's going for Waterfall Cave and he will be in go mode shortly. And there we go, the Red Mill, and ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, at 1 hour and 46 minutes, Hancin is in go mode.
Woohoo! And it looks like all it needs to do is Turtle Rock, which is great for routing.
Yep, very true. Only one time ascend up to Death Mountain, and he'll be able to skip the laser bridge chest. I'm not sure if there was one key over there, but yeah, should be making quick work of that. And hopefully Scooter remembers that he still has Spike Cave left undone. Let's send all our energy, guys, to Scooter to get to the Spike Cave as soon as possible.
Absolutely. What else is he missing?
Yeah, I think he's really thinking everything through.
Come on, Scooty.
Not sure if he visited Zora. Maybe he wanted to go to Zora from here.
Maybe he was trying to look at Catfish, but I don't know. I thought he checked Catfish already. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, I believe he got that done, but it seems that he's gonna make an Eastern Palace play. Maybe finish
No.
that off, which is not good.
No, not right now. But I mean, in the position that he's in now, it's either he does this, which the seed potentially could be pointing towards this, with it being the green pendant and a few more items, as opposed to going all the way back up the mountain to Spike Cave.
Yep, that is very true. And one very interesting thing is that Hancin did not find the lamp, I believe, in Swamp Palace. So where could that lamp have been hiding the whole seed?
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
The next one.
Hey! I think we might be back, guys.
Are we back? Can you hear us?
So, Scooter has just finished up Lamelo 2. Meanwhile, Hancin has beat up the big pig already. He finished up with a time of somewhere around 2:07. And Hancin is actually still here. Hancin, what was your official time?
2:07:30, I think.
2:07:30. So very good game. So I know you answered a couple questions already. However, maybe let us know what you thought about the seed again.
I mean, this was one of those seas where we never found the lamp. There's still a lot of stress there. This was one of those seeds where, well, I forgot that I had the cave, so I didn't do a spike cave until it was the last thing I could do. So I just full cleared the entire overworld. You get a lot of experience, but sometimes just the stress is on because you're like, I did the entire overworld. What if my opponent just did spike cave and then waterfall? And then they just don't have to do, they can go mode swamp, they can do a lot of things.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that both of your go mode items were on the overworld, because yeah, in this way you could not have been able to complete swamp in go mode. You had to search for the Quake medallion while you were there.
Yeah, I could have fake flippered into the waterfall cave, and then I just forgot about it, and it just didn't do it.
It wasn't really convenient. Now the other thing was with your opponent did the opposite. So your opponent did fake flipper and had Quake medallion, but missed the flippers and took a while to go check Spike Cave for the flip flops. So it sort of balanced out.
Yup, and your opponent probably forgot that Quake medallion was logically behind the flippers, so he went into Turtle Rock and full cleared that.
It happens.
Yeah, that happens to the best of us while playing Randomizer, especially in these tournament conditions. You're busy with so many things. You have to execute. You have to think. You know that you're being watched by a lot of people. Yeah, it must be very stressful. But still, you managed to pull off a very good job.
Thank you. I hope to do more of these. It's good practice, but like I said, if you could get these seeds in practice, an easier one during the races is always less stress. Please, like next seed I play, just give me to lamp in the first chest in Link's house. That's always that's always something we like to see. We don't need it, but we like to see it.
Yeah, definitely. I think out of everything, the lamp is probably the worst thing to be missing.
Yeah.
So we have Scooter. He's finished up the gauntlet and is currently going up against Aghanim 2. So he is not too far behind, having some bacon, finishing up the big pig.
Yeah, at least the scene was nice and it gave us the silvers when we killed Trinex. It's just like, yeah, there you go, we don't want to make you suffer anymore. Just go and complete the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was the seed saying like, I apologize, even if it's just a little. I apologize for having put you through this. Yep, and Scooter making his way to the last, the final showdown of the game. The big blue pig again coming up.
Yep. Looks like he did not pick up the better golden sword, so he'll have a tempered sword with silvers.
Yeah, not that much of a difference, but still always nice to have better. Of course, he go-moded Swamp, so he ignored all the chests being there.
Yeah, definitely. Makes sense.
And decides to go for 6 spins with the tempered sword. Makes quick work of getting the first phase. Another 6 spins with the tempered sword. Will finish off against second phase.
Yeah, definitely. Second phase, I think, is hardest. Having to avoid all these bats.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. And I think on Green Tunic they do about 4 hearts, something.
Yeah, they're not the best thing to hold to hit.
And on to phase 3.
Oh, good. He had a blue potion still.
Yep, we did pick up those arrows in Turtle Rock. And there's hit number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. So while Scooter is finishing up Ganon, I just want to say real quick, thank you, Hancin, so much for doing this interview with us. And good luck in your next seeds that you do.
Thank you.
And there we have it, Scooter. Here we are.
Yep, GG to Scooter, finishing with a time of about 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 26 seconds. And yeah, same from my side, Hancin. Good luck with your upcoming matches, and I really hope that you'll find the lamp a lot sooner next time.
Here's hoping, but thank you.
So let's see if we're able to pull Scooter in for an interview after this pretty long seed. So let's see if he wants to join us.
Yeah, with the seed being just over 2 hours, it was kind of surprising because we initially were thinking that it might be a quick seed, knowing that we were one item away from go mode about an hour in. But it seems to be the case that happens in this new version of the game. I'd like to also take a second to thank our tracker today, Iceman. Iceman has been really good with keeping us on our toes and making sure that we haven't missed anything. So thank you so much, Iceman, for that. And the other thing as well is if you're looking to have some more randomizer in your lives later on, currently right now there is a race happening on Speed Gaming 4, and at 9 o'clock in about 20 minutes you'll be seeing another race starting up on Speed Gaming 5. And 10 p.m. is going to be on Speed Gaming 2. And that's all in Eastern Standard Time.
And Scooter trying to get his microphone to work. He'll probably join us soon for a small post-seed interview.
Yeah, hopefully we can get that working. Hello there, Scooter. All right, so it looks like Scooter was not able to get his mic working. So we'll say good game to you, Scooter. Thank you so much for putting on the show for us today. And like I said earlier, feel free to stick around the other Speed Gaming channels to catch some more Randomizer tonight. And with that, I say goodnight. Thank you so much, class, for the wonderful commentary that we had together. I really enjoyed comming with you today. Thank you to our Twitch viewers for keeping us on our toes as well. And thank you to everybody behind the scenes, our Speed Gaming channel and Fiesel. I'll link to our runners now and wish everybody a good night. If you have anything else to say, class, go ahead.
Yeah, I had a great time watching this race, and of course commentating with you together, B-Links. Thank you so much for sharing thoughts with me. GG to the runners. Thank you to the Speed Gaming channels, and thank you to our trackers and all the people behind the scenes. If you like what you are seeing today, please, by all means, give these runners a follow. They really deserve it. And if you are into the randomizer, well, you're in for a treat because there's a lot of randomizer coming up. A lot of the randomizer tournaments still being coming up this time. And yeah, hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching and see you.